Sunday fun day. All right, I'm going to talk about my profile, how polls work, and another change to the tariffs. First up, another change to tariffs. Smartphones, computers, and other electronics from China are now tariff-free. Smartphones and laptops were the largest imports from China in 2024. Apple, Google, Microsoft, guess where they make their stuff? So they're going to get a break. Everybody else is going to get fucked. All right, I have continued to follow up on this story that Mark Carney somehow orchestrated a huge bond sell-off last week. Yeah, apparently it's bullshit. It appears people are again confusing the sale of US-denominated bonds with the government debt that we hold. Snopes is on the case as well. You will remember about a month ago, which is the same period in time that people are claiming that these bond sales took place, Canada issued $3.5 billion worth of bonds denominated in US dollars. You got that? They're Canadian bonds, but they'll be reimbursed with US dollars. But even that seems like a fantastic idea right now, because as the US dollar goes down, our burden to pay back those loans, that decreases significantly. But as I said yesterday, there is no evidence that Mark Carney orchestrated some major world play to sell bonds. There's nothing that says that happened. All right, my profile. I'm at 23,000 people on TikTok and 512 on YouTube. I'm not going to lie, I wish it was the other way around. Now, I'd like to point out something, okay? Down here, I can promote my content. Well, some people can promote their content. I can't. Early on, like back in 2022, I used this a couple times, and then that happened. I haven't been able to use it since. I had 180 days to appeal 2 years ago, and I did appeal it. Nothing happened. And now I cannot promote my channel until 2034. So if you like my content, please continue to engage with it, like it, share it, etc. Either here on TikTok or on YouTube. Yeah, and I'm on Meta, Facebook and Instagram, and I'm on Spotify, Amazon Music, and Apple Podcasts. All right, some people are saying the polls are fake. They're not. They're very useful information. Things are not all rainbows and sunshine with the Conservative Party. As an example, in the St. Thomas area, in London, St. Thomas, Elgin, Karen Vecchio is stepping down. She is the Conservative MP for that area. And as you can see, she won't endorse her party's new candidate, Andrew Lawton. There are a lot of people who do not want Andrew Lawton to be the candidate. I have friends in the area. They all say the same thing. They don't know who they're going to vote for. They don't want to vote Liberal, but they can't vote Conservative. And this story is repeated again and again and again across this country. Now, many of us are using 338 Canada because we've been inundated with requests to use 338 Canada because 338 Canada used to say the Conservatives are going to win, because that used to be true. Popular vote projection, 37% of Canadians want the Conservatives to win. The other 63% are sane human beings. Now, some of you should have learned this in high school, but apparently you weren't there for those years. You only need 172 seats to have a majority government in Canada. And right now, the projection is that the Liberals will have 193. They run simulations. In 88% of those simulations, the Liberals win a majority government. In 12%, they have a minority government. In 1%, there's a minority government for the Conservatives. And in less than 1%, there's a tie. And there's no simulation that says the Conservatives are winning a majority. Now, some of you think the polls are meaningless right now. But these polling numbers, that's why Justin Trudeau stepped down. These polling numbers said that Canada did not have faith in Justin Trudeau. So he stepped down. And now we have Mark Carney, and opinions have changed. Now, some of you are like, well, look at the polls in the United States. They all said Kamala Harris would win. Yeah. Wouldn't that have been nice? Maybe people should have turned up and voted for Kamala Harris. If you feel any type of angst or uncertainty, go to smartvoting.ca. Look up your riding, and that can help you make the choice. If you have your voter card, look up where the polls are in your area. Go vote now. I did. You've heard people say this again and again and again, and I believe it's true. This may be the most important election in our lifetime. Enjoy your day.